let's look at 10 times when subject-verb agreement can be especially tricky in English in the present tense. You know that when you have a singular subject, like girl, then you will have an S on the verb, like dances. The girl dances. And when you have a plural subject, the girls, you will not have an S on the verb. The girls dance. Let's look at some times when this is a little more difficult. Number 1, when we use the words each or every. Normally, when you have two words joined with an and, like the girl and the boy, this becomes a plural subject. The girl and boy dance. When you use every, you will now be singular. Every girl and boy dances. Or each girl and boy dances. When we use each and every, now our subject operates like a singular subject. Number 2, when you have many words separating the subject from the verb. For example, you have a phrase or an entire clause in between your subject and the verb. It can be hard to remember what the subject is and what the verb needs to agree with. For example, the story about the exotic animals is interesting. The subject here is story. The story is interesting. Or the dress with the yellow stripes is expensive. The subject here is dress. We have to remember what the subject is, ignoring the phrase or clause in the middle to be sure that the subject and verb agree. Number 3, when we use a gerund as the subject, a gerund is a word in the ing form, the subject is singular. For example, driving is exciting. Or talking during a movie is rude. Taking tests is stressful. Number 4, expressions of time, money, and distance. Normally, these operate like a singular subject. For example, 26 miles is a long way to run. $5,000 is a lot of money. 5 hours is not enough sleep for me. Number 5, some proper nouns, names of businesses or countries, end with the letter S, but we still treat them like a singular subject. For example, the United States is a big country. The United Nations has offices in New York. Macy's is a famous department store. Number 6, the word news. This is a common word, so it's worth some attention. This word ends in the letter S, but we treat it like a singular noun. For example, the news is depressing today. Or sometimes people say, no news is good news. Number 7, certain subjects in school often end with S. ICS, actually. Mathematics, statistics, physics, linguistics. But we still treat these like a singular noun. For example, astrophysics was my major in college. Number 8, certain diseases end with S. measles, mumps, diabetes, rabies, AIDS. Even though these end with S, we treat them like a singular noun. Diabetes is very common in some parts of the country. Number 9, arithmetic expressions. Things connected with math, for example. What is 5 times 6? 5 times 6 is 30. 3 times 9 is 27. Number 10. Finally, there are some plural nouns which don't end in S. So I'm mentioning them here because it's always important to remember these words. For example, men, women, children, those are common ones. Also police, people, fish. These are plural nouns even though they don't have an S and they look like singular. So we would say, the police are here. So keep these 10 points in mind to make sure that you have great subject-verb agreement.